Hello, good evening and welcome to Pack 3, Stage 24 of Build the ROUTEMASTER. With Agora Models, of course. So, right, let me have a look at my banners. So I'm going to put a banner on tonight and we're going to be putting that one on because at the end of the day, this is Agora Models model and that we're building, and we're going to be building a red bus, which is similar to the one that's behind me here, even though it's not that one. So if you want to know what that one's all about and why it's stripped partly down, you can see the panels back there. So why it's stripped partly down, have a look at my YouTube channel for the twisted unbuilt ROUTEMASTER and you'll find out all about that one behind me. So yeah, and in the meantime, we're going to be building the lovely, wonderful, fantastic wonder bar model that's ever been brought out ever in the model bus world, and that is the 1/12 scale AC classic ROUTEMASTER bus, and we'll be doing that tonight. So we'll be doing actually Pack 3 issue 24, stage 24. So yeah, we'll be doing that tonight, guys, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it because we're adding something else to the chassis. Wow, yeah, adding something else to the chassis. So right, let's crack on a little bit, shall we? Let's roll. Yeah, let's roll. So, oh goodness me, look at the chat. We've got loads and loads and loads in the chat, and thank you very much for that. And so we'll quickly go through the chat. We'll say hello to everybody and then we'll get on with the build. Okay, first one in the chat then tonight, who deserves a gold award, is my mum, Mary Oglesby. Hello everyone. Hi ma'am. And Pete, hope you're well, hope you're enjoying your holiday. So then we've got Gillian Milne, who gets a silver star. So good evening everyone. Hi Gillian, thanks for joining. And then we've got D Harris. Evening Sir Dave. Evening D Harris, thanks for joining, and you'll get the bronze medal today. And D Harris says evening Mary and Gillian, and then Mary says evening D. And then Horlix, we've got Horlix tonight. Good evening all. Good evening Horlix. And then we've got Marks Modz. Good evening everybody. Good evening Mark. Thanks for joining. So Horlix says hi D, hi Mary, and hi Gillian. And then Horlix says hi Mark. And then there's D Harris saying evening Marks Modz and Horlix. So Marks Modz says evening Horlix and D Harris. And my mum says hello Horlix. And Gillian Milne says evening D. Gillian Milne also says hi Horlix. And then Warren James, hi all, good luck with your build, Dave. Thanks Warren, thanks for joining. We've got Dave Builds. Dave Builds says good evening everyone, good luck with your build tonight. So Dave say thank you very much Dave Builds. And wow, your Titanic's coming along fantastically. I was really surprised. And what a wonderful model that's going to be. Right, so D Harris says evening Dave Mac. Yorkshire Crafter, hi everyone. Hello Julie, thanks for joining us. We've got Dave Builds saying evening D. We've got Barolo and evening Dave and all the others. Evening, thanks for joining Barolo. And then we've got D Harris saying evening at Yorkshire Crafter. We've got Marks Modz saying ding ding, all aboard. Whoa, there we go, nearly forgotten. All aboard. Yeah. So Horlick says whoop whoop, Pack 3. Yes, yeah, we're cracking on with Pack 3 now. We've got not a lot more to go until the dreaded issue. Can any of you remember what the dreaded issue was with this Pack 3? So yeah, in the high 20s. Yeah, I'll give you a little clue. It's got AC badges on it. Yeah, right. So Darth DMC says hi everyone. Hi Darth DMC. Glad you've come along. And Geordie Dave, evening everyone. Evening Geordie Dave, thanks for coming along. And then we've got, oh goodness me, I'm skipping. So Crafty Chris says evening everyone. Hello darling, that's my lovely wife. And then we've got Horlix saying, oh good evening. Come on. Right, the chat's going bonkers. So Dave McBill says good evening to all in chat. So hello to all in chat. Horlix. It's skipping again. Sorry about this. So Horlix says hi, Daft DMC, Crafty Chris, Geordie Dave, Warren, and anyone else I've missed. That's okay. So Horlix says Dave Mac. Geordie Dave says hi, D Harris. Horlix says Barolo. And Dave McBill says evening Horlix. And Geordie Dave says hi, Horlix. Goodness me, I'm out of breath before we start. So, right. Okay, I'm only joking, of course, ladies and gents. So thanks. I really do appreciate you following me on this channel, and I really do appreciate all your help as well, because you do help me an awful lot. You really do. I don't deserve it. I really don't deserve it. Thank you very much for all your help. Right, let's roll, shall we? So let's change cameras. I will pick up on the chat a bit later on, but I want to get on, you see. I want to get on as much as I can, because I'm just thoroughly enjoying this build. Thoroughly enjoying it. It is fantastic. So, right, what I've got tonight then. So, okay. Well, first of all, let me just add this to the stream. Okay, and we've got the instructions here. So you can download the instructions from the download menu on the agoramodels.com website, and you can actually download up to pack 4 now. So this is actually pack 3, but you can actually download pack 4, and there's 10 stages in each pack. So right, well, with this stage, we're up to stage 24 in pack 3, and we're doing the gearbox casing and connections. Terminals are fitted to the gearbox casing, and lands are used to connect them. The drive unit housing is fitted to the gearbox casing, and the assembly is attached to the subframe. But look at all these parts, ladies and gents. So all these parts we get here. So yeah, we've got and we've got actually 4 lots of different screws as well. So we've got some EM screws, some AP screws, some FM screws, and some AM screws. So yeah, 4 lots of different screws, and then there's 4 rubber plastic pipes at the top there, and 1 singular one. You can notice in the description there. So what I've done out on the desk here, I've actually set everything out on the desk, ready just to pick up as we go along in the instructions. I will be following along in the instructions with a book from the original Harshette build, but you can follow along on the website if you wish, if you are actually building this lovely model. So okay, so what we're going to do is all these stages here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and we're going to be putting the gearbox onto the chassis in step 10. Okay, so we're going to need the chassis. We're going to need the last step that we did with the prop shafts and what have you, and we're going to be putting them onto the gearbox and onto the axle. So, and we're just going to be putting a few pieces on there that we've actually had in previous issues. So your chassis will end up like this. It'll be pretty much complete with the back half of your chassis by the time we finish tonight. So, and now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to scroll back to the menu, which is there, of what we're doing, and then I'm going to come out of that, and then I'm going to come onto screen with what I've got on the desk. Okay, so there we are. Okay, let me just catch up on that little bit of chat. So Geordie Dave says hi Horlix, and Warren James says hi Horlix, and D Harris says evening at Geordie Dave, and I think that's it for now. So I'm going to star that comment there. Unstar that one. Come on. Oh, it's playing silly devils. Come on. That's that one. So I shouldn't have any comments on screen now. Okay, right. Okay, let's rock and roll, shall we? And see what we can get done. I'm going to calm down a bit now, because I want to be calm, nice and calm when I'm building this. I don't want to be hyped up as it was. And the reason I'm hyped up is that I'm so excited about this lovely build, and I'm so loving it so much. So I'm going to put some extra light on so I can see. I've got my screwdrivers to hand. Okay, I've got the Agora one, and I've got my own one. So, and I've got my Mark II parts tray and screw tray from Horlix, with all the screws already labelled and set out. And then I've got all the parts out here which correspond with all the parts that's in the magazine and in the download instructions. Okay, and then I've got the chassis to hand at the side of me here as well also. Okay, and the other bits we worked out what was for there already. And goodness me, yeah, the little gearbox case in there, and several other bits that we've had to put away safely. Okay, and then of course the front axle, which we won't be needing tonight. So I don't know why I showed you that, but I did. Right, okay, I've actually made a nice cup of tea as well, so I'm going to have a slurp of my tea, and then I'm going to move my instructions around, and hopefully we're going to do a bit of building. Okay, right, so okay, so what's step one then? Step one is we're fitting the valve block 24K to the valve. So the valve base 24J. This is a push fit connection. Oh, so this is quite an easy bit. What's happening to my computer? Okay, right. So we've got the valve block, and we need to put that onto the valve block connector. Okay, so is that bit there? Yeah, I would have thought so. It looks like that bit there in the magazine, I would have thought. So let's have a look. Okay, so where does that go then? So we're twisting the part round to have a look to see which way round its orientation is. Okay, so in the instructions, the orientation is that way, with these pointing upwards and that block pointing upwards there. So, and it is a push fit connection in there. Okay, so that's nice and easy. Absolutely nice and easy is that one. It's gone in there lovely. Okay, so then I think we take this piece and we actually fit it to the gearbox. So I'm going to have a look at the gearbox and have a look at the orientation of the magazine, have a look at the gearbox and have a look to see where it would fit. So we've got two fastening holes there. It looks like it goes upside down. It looks like it goes in there, just like that. I think you can see that. Okay, I think it's just going in there. Yeah, I'll just double check with the orientation. There's a hole there, yeah, facing that way. There's one there facing that way. Yes. So as always, my advice to everyone who's building one of these part works is to get the orientation of the part right that you are actually building, and triple check if necessary which way is in your instructions, and you can't go far wrong. So right, what screws do we want then? We want 2 EM screws. Okay, so I'm just going to let that go for a minute and find the 2 EM screws which are in this part tray. Just here. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you guys, I've had an interesting day. I actually had an hour's building on the red ROUTEMASTER that you saw earlier in this morning. So I got up nice and early and decided I was going to do a stream nice and early last night. And so I set the stream up for last night, and it actually worked quite well doing a morning one. I was quite relaxed. I thought I would be a lot more hyped up than I was, and I thought, well, no, it actually went quite well. So as you know, I'm actually taking that ROUTEMASTER apart. It was bought just before Christmas. I found it on the Facebook Marketplace at a very, very cheap price. So yeah, and it's actually got a lot of problems, which isn't a problem to me, but it's got a lot of problems that I can solve. And so I thought, well, rather than just make another red ROUTEMASTER, I'll do something special with it. So yeah, I'm turning it into a East Yorkshire open top ROUTEMASTER that was actual it was actually a ROUTEMASTER in service that actually me and Christine rode on once. So that's going to revive some memories for me and Christine, and also it's going to be a showpiece as well that I can show with all the others when I do take them to shows. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it enormously. And there's a lovely guy on the ROUTEMASTER site called Clint, and he gave me all the hints and tips for this ROUTEMASTER, being an open top one. And so I'm going to follow his guide, and I'm going to make an open top ROUTEMASTER, which is going to be totally unique in East Yorkshire's colours. Yeah, so I am very much looking forward to it. Right, let's get on. So step 3 then. Step 3, we've got to take this little part here, and we've got to fit the stem of the screw socket valve 24C into the corresponding hole in the gearbox casing 24A as shown, fixed in place from the inside of part 24A with the AP screw. Okay, so again we're looking at getting the orientation of this gearbox in the right way, and I can see instantly that it actually goes there, does this part, and this little piece poking out of it goes to the right. Okay, so I've got to push that in there. Oh yes, yeah, it goes in there, and then we've got to put an AP screw in the back. Okay, so let's get the AP screw. So you have to be a bit of a contortionist to get these screws on these screwdrivers like this, don't you? Sometimes. I actually want this remagnetizing again. I'm lazy. I should have got the magnetizer out and remagnetized it. So never mind. It's not too bad at the moment, but I do know that when it's remagnetized, we do get an awful lot of better response from a screwdriver and the screws. So yeah. Okay, so that's that in there. So step 4 then. Step 4 is to take another piece, which is this piece here, and we turn the gearbox over again and turn it round that way, and we put this piece with a angled bit that way. Goodness me, can't get it the right way now in my fingers. So we put it that way and we put it in there, and there is a locating pin in there, and we put in a EM screw. Okay, an EM screw. Just gonna have to separate them screws a little bit. There we are. So get the EM screw in it. Okay. Yeah. We had some terrible weather today. We actually had some snow. A full-blown snowstorm on the way back. We actually had to go out and do a bit of shopping and what have you, which was quite horrendous. Going out anyway, but we was actually on a bit of a mission as well, so which I'll tell you about another day. And yeah, we hit a snowstorm going and coming back, so it wasn't very pleasant at all. So don't like snow, don't like driving in it, that's a fact. I don't like being out in it really. So right, we've done that. So step 4, the second part of step 4, we've got to put this bit on with the 3 points on, and we've got to put this on the gearbox casing again. So turn the gearbox casing over, find out where they want to be on the by giving it the right orientation, and the biggest one wants to be at the top once you get the orientation right on this. So it goes into there, and I'm gathering that yes, there'll be 2 AP screws fastened in from the back. Okay, so AP. So we're quickly using up these screws on this issue. It's coming along nicely. Yeah, I've just seen that there's Rackety Spoon in the chat, and yeah, me and Christine have been watching Wabbit's first attempt at the at live streaming in the doll's house. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed it. We really did. So, and it's a fact that, you know, everybody's live stream first one. Oh, it's nerve-wracking. I can tell you, it's absolutely nerve-wracking. But you will get used to it, Wabbit, without a shadow of a doubt. You will get used to it. Okay. I mean, I'm still nervous before I start a show now, and goodness me, I've been doing it 3 years. So there we go. Right, Okay, so step 5. Step 5, we have to start putting the hoses on. Okay, it says take the first line 24B, and which is one of these long ones. Okay, and fix one end of the pin on the valves at 24D, wrap the line under the gearbox casing and attach the other end to the second pin on the valve block 24K. Note in the diagram on the left, the first 2 pins are circled. Repeat the process and fit the other lines in the same way. Below left and center, fit a short line 24L to the pins on parts 24C and 24K below right. Okay, now that might seem a funny instruction, but quite literally all that instruction is all them pictures and all them, and pretty much most of this one as well. So yeah, they are a bit funny with their instructions, but you will get used to them. So basically what we've got to do is put this to the first one, which is the smallest one here, and you can push these on generally. You watch it won't go on now, but yeah, there we go. You see it went on nicely. You pull it underneath, and then it goes to the second one of these, not the first one. It goes to the second one. Okay, so the second one along from this end, and we'll push that on. And that's just reminded me actually, because the ROUTEMASTER bus that I'm working on behind me, I've got a couple of these that snapped off, so I'm going to have to rebuild the pins and then put the plates back on, so which I can do quite easily. Right, so let's go for the second one then. So the second one is, oh goodness me, can't even pick it up. No, can't pick it up. Right, so the second one goes on there. So let's get that pin on there. I know it's not easy to see, sorry about that. And I am sorry about that. I'm not coming back to the chat straight away. And I think you warned me out on the chat. So goodness me. No, I'm only joking, you know I am. So I love your chat. It's nice that we have some interaction between us, which is great. And I'm hoping that there's quite a few of you in the chat that's actually doing the build as well. So, which I've actually found out recently, that there is actually some that's in the chat that is actually thinking about the builds or actually doing the builds, which is marvelous. So right, we've got that on. And we're going for the third one then. Yes, we are via the instructions. So let's get the third one and pop it in here. Come on. Yeah, you've got to have a bit of the gift of the gab as well when you're building, because you just simply run out of things to say sometimes. And yeah, it's not the easiest of thing to do. So you've got to have the bit of a gift of the gab especially when you're working alone. I'm not going to be always working alone on this build. I am going to get guests on, and a bit later on we're going to have guests on who's actually modified the model, and they can tell us what they've been doing to it to modify it, and which is going to be interesting for you guys, hopefully. So right, so we've got that one on now, so which is the third one. There's no more to go on that side, but there is 2 empty ones on there and 1 empty one on there. So what are we going to do now? So that will take us, I think, to step 5, 24C, is it? Yeah, 24C. Okay, so, and that'll be the little one, I do believe. So let me just turn the page on this. Oh, goodness me. What's it doing here? Let me put that down a minute. I'm working in my own space. There we are. So let me just turn the magazine a little bit. Oh, yes, it's the small one. So the small one goes on there, and it goes on the first one there. Okay. So let's pop this on, this little tube. Come on, get on there. There we go. And then we've got to bend that round there and just pop it on there. So these are oil pipes, hydro pipes for oil, because the gearbox is semi-automatic gearbox, so oil filled. Okay, so let's put that on there, and that brings us then to step 6, I believe. Yes, step 6. Okay, so we've got that one there now, got that one there, and there. Yes, we're getting down at the pile. So step 6, we're going to need this bit, which we built before. Okay, part of the generator, they call it, I think. So step 6 says take the drive unit housing assembly in issue 22 and fit the flange on the part 2021 22i into the recess in the gearbox casing 24A as indicated by the dotted line. Turn over and fix in place with 2 EM screws. Identify the fixing point circled in the diagram on the left for the final line 24B. Fit the last line in place. The diagrams on the right show the lines in place. Okay, and that will hopefully sort out all these little lines on the gearbox once and for all on this build. So because I'm just doing this as standard out the packet, one thing you can do is that if you wanted to modify this gearbox casing quite a bit, is to actually give it an oil wash. And there's obviously an awful lot of oil washing around things like this. So yeah, give it an oil wash, some stains, some black stains, something that looks a bit like wet oil, and yeah, you could give it an oil wash, and that would make it look more in keeping with the real thing, in service bus rather than a brand new bus. Okay, even brand new buses leaked as well, from my experience. So now then, we've got to sort this out, the way we're going to turn it. So again, get the issue into the right orientation, find out which way this goes, and I think you can actually see which way this is going to go. This is going to go towards me, and them are going to go away from me. So I do believe it's going to go something like that in there. Okay, let me just have a look and see if there's anywhere else it could possibly go, and I don't think there is. So yes, they do line up nicely with that one. And if you was looking at that from the underneath, which that would be the underneath, that would be the proper orientation, I believe, because that's the way you look at it on top. I'll just get it the right orientation just to make sure. Yes, it is. I'm right at that. So okay, I'm just going to turn this round again and see if I can find out the place where I can get the screw in. So, oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So what we've got to do now is find some EM screws and screw this in place just on the bracket inside there. So I will come back to the chat in a few minutes. Just let me get this on, and we'll see if we can bring the chat in, because I don't want to leave you guys just wondering. I want to create a show, but I don't want to leave you guys just wondering. We want to include you as much as we can. So in this fabulous build, and yeah. So yeah, is it snowing everywhere else where you guys are then today, or has it stopped, or has it not been snowing, or have you had sunshine? Yeah, we've had snow showers, but they didn't last, and it didn't lay very well. So we actually went down the main road, shall we say, and it was a bit sketchy now and again on the main road, but it didn't actually lay, so we was thankful about that. So right, let's have a look. Let's see if we've actually got this the right way around. Okay, the tube there, yes, and that one there, yes. So, and that one there. Okay, so move that round that way. Okay, so we've got the last pipe to put on now. So the last pipe goes on there, on the end there, and then it comes around and it goes onto the first pipe there. Okay, so we'll do that now, and then it's done. So, goodness me, come on. I think it's me not pushing it into the right place. Come on. I actually may think that I might have to sort the end out on that because it's a bit big. Let's have a look. So, pop it down and just see if I can feel it with my finger. See if there's a bear on it. Yeah, there could be a little bear on it. Are you sure it's a bear? Yeah, come on. Yeah, that's it. It's going on. It's going on. Okay. So we'll have to wrap that underneath and come up there and go onto that first pin if it will. Yeah, I'm sure it will. And you'll have to be very careful when you put this into the chassis. You'll see why, because all these wires, pipes get in the way, and you've got to physically try and move them out the way as you pop it into the chassis. So come on, push, 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 push. No, it's not a cat. Push, 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 push. No, it's not a cat. Come on, get on there. It's going. It's going. It's gone. It's on there. Okay. Right, so that's that one on then. So we may have to move that just round so it doesn't get caught within the chassis there. So we'll have to be aware of that one. Okay, that's all the pipework on. And that is issue 6. Step 6 done. Done and dusted is step 6. So what we're doing next? Okay, I'm going to have a slurp of my tea. And then I'm going to come and have a word with you guys before we move on to the next step. Okay, if that's all right with you guys. Let's have a look. Goodness me. Chat's gone mad. Okay, so Horlix says, we love watching you do it too. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's very good of you. Thank you very much for that. And Rackety Spoon says, Jello all. Sorry, I'm late. No, you're not late, Rackety. It's all right. Yeah, as we were saying, we was interested in your Better Half's stream today, which was brilliant. Yeah, we enjoyed it. So Barrelode says, Horlix, fantastic upgrade that you've presented yesterday. Yes, wasn't it just? So yeah, get over to Horlix's channel and have a look at his ROUTEMASTER upgrades, what he's been doing. And yeah, he's been working with Partwork Upgrades, Ian Campbell there. So yeah, head over there to Horlix's channel after my stream and yeah, see what the electricity is doing on the bus. You'll be really surprised. So Crafty Chris says, Spoon, you're not late. Tell Wabbit she did well for her first live. Yes, she absolutely did. So Spoon says, Wabbit said thank you. Oh, thank you very much. And Geordie Dave says, Spoon, what's Wabbit's channel? Okay. And Spoon says, I know I can't put links here, but put links on the Doll's House Facebook, and it's also on the unboxing on my channel. So I think it's Inset Rabbit, isn't it? So yeah, you can put links on here. It's not a problem in the chat if you want to, Spoon. It's not a problem with me at all. So Yorkshire Crafter says, Geordie Dave, I think there's a link in the Northern Model Builders group. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is as well. Yeah. So and then Geordie Dave says, okay, Julie, I'll have a look. And then Geordie Dave says, cheers, Julie. And then Spoon says, just had lots of rain today. Yeah. Yeah, we had lots of rain as well, and it just turned to snow all of a sudden. So, and then Geordie Dave says, was nice sunny day here, cold though. Yeah, it's been 2 degrees and below here today. It's not got above 2 degrees here today. So, yeah. Right, I'm going to star that comment, and then we're going to get on a little bit more if we can. Okay, so we've got the gearbox done. That's great. So I'm going to move it safely over there for now. And then I'm going to look at the instructions and see where we go from here. Step 7 says fit the tank end. Okay, so this is the tank end. Oh, come here. It's a bit shot off down there, and goodness me. So this is the tank end. So this is a push fit connection, parts with 24A and 24H into the corresponding holes in the tank cap 24G as shown in the inset. Right, again, these are push fit connections. The pins on parts 24A and 24H are spaced differently to ensure they fit them correctly. Okay, so this is the tank end going into the tank, and yes, there is a cutout, and then there is a little divot on that side, and so you just push it in, and that's the push fit connection sorted with that one, and it fits really nice and snug as well. Okay, so then we've got the corresponding parts which it mentions, which is 24I and 24H, which are these two here. So these will go in to the corresponding matching holes in the tank end. Now it's a bit difficult working out which is which because the tank is actually black, and the holes are actually black. You have got corresponding pins that look very familiar, so if you're clever, I think you can actually work it out which way they go in the orientation, but it's not very easy, I can tell you that now. So I'm going to go for the orientation which I think is going to be the right way, which is in there, and it's going to be in there like that. Okay, into the tank, and they are push fit connections, and they are nice and tight as well. So yeah, and you could always put a little tiny bit of super glue on if necessary, but I don't think it'll be necessary. Okay, so then we take the tank and we bring our chassis across and we fix it to the chassis. Now let me just move things along a bit, and then I'll find out exactly where it is on the chassis, because I'll have to put the chassis in the right orientation. I do believe we have to turn the chassis upside down. So come on, let's turn you upside down, nice and gentle. Okay, and then hopefully we can find out where we're going to put this little tank. And if you're very clever, you can already spot that it's going down there on the inside of the chassis there, which actually isn't a chassis, but there you go. So we'll call it a chassis for now. So it's going down there like that in that orientation as that is. So with that coming out from the back, with the tank drain there, and all your bits and pieces of gubbins on there, and I'm just going to make sure that they are the right way around. Yes, I do believe they are. Yeah, I do believe they are. Okay, yeah. So what screw do we need then to screw that to the chassis? We need an AM screw to fix that to the chassis. Just one, because it has got a locating tab and a locating hole. So just one AM screw. Okay, so AM. So I'm not using any oil on this today, primarily because there's not much need for the use of oil on these few parts today. But generally, if I'm screwing into metal, then I would use oil on the end of my screw. And the way I do that is, I'll just demonstrate with one of these screws. Just get the screw on the end of my screwdriver like that. Have some oil in a dish, and I just gently dip the end in, just the very tip of the screw into the oil, and then I put it on the part. So that's what I do that with. So anyway, there's no need to do that on these because they're going in nice and tight and solid. Okay, so that's the tank. So what else are we going to do then? Goodness me, we're getting through it today very quickly indeed. So the next thing we've got to do is identify the points for fixing the gearbox. And the points for fixing the gearbox are there, there, and there. Okay, so 3 points for fixing the gearbox. And yeah, just checking that they're nice and tight. So what do we have to do then, guys? Well, we have to turn the chassis over again. So yeah, because this is the underside of the chassis. So you're turning it over, and goodness me, it is quite heavy. You take your gearbox. So this is step 9. So when fitting the gearbox casing, offer it up from below, but ensure that the fixing tabs are in the correct position as shown in the diagram. Okay, so you've got to get these fixing tabs in the correct position. And at the moment, I've actually got it the other way around to the magazine. So I'm going to turn it that way and try and make it easier. Okay, so we've got the tank there. Yeah, that's correct. And actually, it's not correct because that's the upside down way. So I have to turn it the other way, I think. Just a minute. Turn the page. It would help, wouldn't it? So, yeah, turn the page. So we're actually going that way, and then we've got to offer this gearbox up to them holes as it was suggested in the magazine. So you've got 3 corresponding holes. You've got 1 there and 2 at the back here. So hopefully, if you offered this up from the underside, which we can do quite easily, these holes will correspond with the holes that's in the chassis. So, and the hardest part will be getting the pipes in the right area so that you don't trap them when you're putting the gearbox in position. I hope you're watching this, guys. So, and yeah, we're just gently now pushing it in the right position. So, and hopefully, it doesn't matter about the pipes being trapped down that way because they will hold it there. But they can go round the other bits, but they would foul actually the other bit of the gearbox where the pulleys are, etc. So let's see how far we are off there. So a little bit more. So, and I don't actually think there's enough pipe work for them to not foul around there, but I'll have a look, I think. So yeah, okay, so what I'll do is I'll try and do it so that they don't foul that front edge. So come on, get round there. Well, I reckon they might all pop off here, so we may have to glue them on to make sure that they keep on when we get the gearbox in this orientation. Come on, up we go, come on, there we are, that's better. Okay, so you can see that they go down just down that little triangle bit down there, and they all sit nicely down the triangle bit rather than being trapped down the side there. Okay, so I'm going to put this down, and then I'm going to find out what screws we need. And what screws we need are FM screws times 3. Okay, so FM, that's the first time we've used them tonight. So FM screws times 3. Yeah, goodness me, this takes me back a bit. It's been a long time since I put one of these gearboxes in. One of these ROUTEMASTERs. Yeah. So surprised how nice it's going together, this lovely model. So it really does make you proud to actually make it, because it really does go together nicely. So there is some difficult issues on it, without a shadow of a doubt, and we will be coming to them difficult issues. And hopefully we can actually share our hints and tips that we've picked up along the way. Right, I want to show you this, guys, because obviously this is where the floor goes. So you won't be seeing any of this because the floor will be over there. But what you may be seeing, if you put a mirror underneath your base, you may be seeing the underneath of your gearbox, which is there. Okay, all your pipes are nicely in there, all done and dusted. The fan belt, etc. So they're all there. So can you imagine once you get the prop shaft in there and the prop shaft in there, and then your engine on the front, it will look absolutely superb. It really will. So, but we're not finished yet. No, we're not. So I think I've actually probably turned it the wrong way. Yes, I have. So no, I haven't actually. So because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put one of the prop shafts on. Okay, I do believe it's this prop shaft here with this funny looking thing on the end here. So, and this is going to go into the gearbox end. Okay, and this one end is going into the rear axle end. And you'll notice that it is actually shaped as well. So once you put it in place, you'll find that it actually sits nice, but it also at this end there is a fixing hole for a screw, and the screw that we put in there is, goodness me, is it going to tell me on the instructions? It's an FM screw. Okay, yeah, I thought it wasn't going to tell me on the instructions there. So yeah, it's an FM screw that holds the prop shaft in nicely. Yeah, so very nicely. There we go. So there is the prop shaft in situ for the rear back axle. So, and you can tell, guys, it doesn't actually turn. It's just for sure. So, but it does look the part. Have we finished then? No, not yet. And the reason why we haven't finished is because we've got to put this capping on over where the prop shaft goes. Okay, and we've put that on from this side. And there is one fixing hole on the prop shaft guide, the shield. And we would put this on. Oh, yes, there is a pin as well. Yeah, there is a pin and a hole. So let me just try it this way to see if it goes that way. Yes, it does. And it wouldn't go the other way. See, it would just go that way. So then we fix that in place with one AM screw. AM screw. And I've got a feeling that we've not used a screw. So anyway, we might come across it in a minute. So there we go. Pop that in with an AM screw. And again, it goes into metal. So it's an AM. Yeah. And lo and behold, everybody, that is the finished views of our chassis so far with the gearbox and the prop shaft. So, and of course, we'll do a little thingamajig here with the other prop shaft, and we'll pop that in there somewhere, probably in there, I think it goes. So I don't actually know if it's that one. Yes, it's that one. So that one goes in there. So now it looks more like a commercial vehicle, doesn't it? More like a commercial vehicle. So that's the finished views, I am told. Yeah, through the magazine and everything else. So that is this stage 24 done and dusted. Apart from the fact that we haven't forgotten this little pipe here that I want to put on at a later date because it is so fragile. So what I'm going to do for now, because the front prop shaft isn't fastened in, I'm going to put the front prop shaft in the container that it came in, and I'm going to put this back in the container that it came in and put that away nice and safe so that it doesn't get broken. And I will remember about that because they are together in the box that they came in. And I will need the prop shaft for when we get the engine in, and I'll need the oil pipe to check where the oil pipe goes onto the gearbox at a later stage. So I'm going to do it that way rather than put it on and risk breaking it, because you are going to be handling this chassis an awful lot, and I wouldn't want you to break any parts of it that you've struggled to get on so far. Okay, so that's it. So what comes in stage 25 then, Dave? Well, I'll tell you. Stage 25 is the left and right crankcases are assembled together with the oil sump, a flywheel, and the exhaust manifold. So yes, we're doing the engine next. So that's next stage 25. We'll make a start on the engine, and then it starts and gets a bit complicated, guys. So yeah, keep an eye out. It's worth watching for, because it is very, very fiddly work. But when you get that engine in this chassis, it looks superb. It really does look superb. So it's worthwhile watching. Okay, so let me come back up onto camera and have a look at chat. I'll just get a slurp of my tea, and then we'll see about ending. So again, another hour stream. Yeah, brilliant. I've really enjoyed this. Goodness me, where did I star it? Didn't I star it? Oh dear. So yes, I did star it. Okay, let's show that one then. So Dave Mac Build says, I was at Bury Market today and the snow really came down, and when I got home it was raining for a few hours, and then it cleared and plenty of sunshine but cold. Yeah, Bury Market. So Dave Mac Builds lives in a lovely place called Lancashire, and in Lancashire they have some strange sounding places. So they have Bolton, they have Preston, and then they have Bury. And where do you bury somebody in Bury? So, but they are lovely people, the Lancastrians. Even though I'm a Yorkshireman, they are lovely people. Okay, D. Harris says Ian Campbell has put the ROUTEMASTER dust covers on his page, available in April. Yes, I do know that one, D, and yes, I will be getting one or two, hopefully, but not just yet because I can't afford anything yet at the moment. So yes, there is ROUTEMASTER dust covers coming. So if you want to protect your beloved ROUTEMASTER, you can buy one of Ian Campbell's Partwork Upgrades dust covers, and they will be superbly fitted on your ROUTEMASTER as well. So Spoon says, just finished repairing the 8 test pack and smoker generator for the Titanic. Found joints on the smoker joint together, or resistors on the testers not working. Goodness me. Might be worthwhile getting in touch with Harshit about that then, Spoon, and seeing what they can come up with. So Warren James says, it's looking good. Thank you very much. And Horlix says, looking great. Remember doing this issue like it was last week. Thank you very much for that, Horlix. Yeah, I do as well. I do as well when I got into it. So Horlix says, thank you, Barlow, read the mod. And Horlix, you're doing the next issue now? No, I'm not doing the next issue now. No, I'm worn out after today. So Horlix says, we want more, we want more. No, I want rest, I want rest. So Dave McBill says it looks really awesome, Dave. Thank you very much. D. Harris says, good night, Dave. See you next time. See you next time, D. Harris. Thanks for coming along. And D. Harris says, bus coming along nicely. Thank you very much. And then Barolo says, great job, Dave. Thumbs up. Thank you very much, Barolo. Let me come back on screen and I can then see you all. Goodness me, where is my camera? Come on, camera. So yeah, I get into the groove of the build, and that's it. I'm away on a tangent, but I absolutely love it. Yeah. So right, okay. So D. Harris says good night, all in the chat. And yeah, okay, thank you very much. And then Horlix says, yeah, great show. See you all next time. Yeah, we will do. Thank you very much. And Gillian Milne says, good show. It's looking good, and big thumbs up, and a good night. So good night from me, Gillian. Thank you. Dave Max Build says, great show tonight, Dave. Well done. Thank you very much, Dave. And obviously I didn't mean any malice about Lancashire at all. So it's just a war of the roses, as it was after many centuries. So whatever I say ain't going to make any difference. So yeah, and Dave McBill says night D. And then Geordie Dave says, great show, thumbs up everyone. Thanks for that, Geordie, much appreciated. And my mum says, good show. Thank you, ma'am. So I hope you're having a good time. And yeah, I'll be on. I may do another show tomorrow sometime during the day. I've got to crack on as much as I can with the builds that I've got, because I'm getting a bit behind. So, and I need to get on. I'm too tired tonight to do another one. So, but I probably will do another stream tomorrow. which brings me nicely on to tomorrow night's shows. So tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, you have Danno's Universe. Danno's Universe will be doing the Enterprise D, I believe it is. So it'll be doing that at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Okay. Monday night there is a new show, and the Monday night the new show will be. So the new show will be on Crafty Chris's channel, and it'll be on Yorkshire Crafter's channel, and it'll be 7 p.m. on Monday night, and it will be all about the Disney Doll's House build. So if you are interested in the Disney Doll's House build, or you're building it, or you know somebody who is, come along and join that stream on Monday night. It is new, totally new to everybody's channels. It's the Disney Doll's House build with Yorkshire Crafter and Crafty Chris, and could be friends as well. So Tuesday, goodness me, Tuesday will be on Crafty Chris's channel at 8 o'clock, I believe, and that's the Eddie Stobbart build on Crafty Chris's channel. She does that weekly, so she'll be up to issue, is it 16 or 17? I've forgotten. But yeah, she'll be up to one of them issues on next Tuesday. Wednesday, there'll be the Arduino show at 7 p.m. on Horlix's channel, on Marks Modz channel, and on jacklTV's channel. So that'll be at 7 p.m. on Wednesday evening. Thursday will be the craft and quiz night with Horlix, Yorkshire Crafter, Crafty Chris, and could be a few others at 7 p.m. on Yorkshire Crafter's channel, Horlix's channel, and Crafty Chris's channel. So, and then Friday will be Horlix at 7 p.m. and they'll be doing something rather special, as he's been doing in the past Fridays for the last 2 weeks. We'll be doing something rather special, probably with electrics, probably something that you've never seen before, probably something new, probably something to do with the ROUTEMASTER, or probably something to do with the Spitfire. So yeah, whatever it may be, you've got to be there to see it. So, and then Saturday, it'll be me back again on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. And I will do a live whatever's. I don't know whether it'll be this build or that build behind me or the blue one or something else that I've got planned, because I've got lots of things that I've got to catch up on, really. So I'll see how the week pairs out. I'm pretty sure I can sort the week out one way or another. And I'm pretty sure I can get caught up by next weekend. So goodness me, we've been an hour. I've been an hour yakking to you guys. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed it too. So right, let's have a look then. Who's put what? So we've got Dave Mac Builds. I'll be carrying on with the Titanic tomorrow. Brilliant. I want to see that, Dave. So Rackety Spoon says, I had members ask me to fix after they had asked Archette for replacements. Could be an ongoing problems. Yeah, could well be. Haven't actually got to mine yet, because me and Chris are doing one between us, and we haven't actually got to them yet. So, but we will have a look at them when they arrive. Sorry, when we get round to them. So Crafty Chris says, thanks everyone for joining Dave tonight, and good night everyone. So yes, thank you very much indeed. And Dave Mac Builds says, night Crafty Chris. And David Bassett says, just catching the end of your live stream, Dave. There you are, Dave. And how did the football go? Did they win or did they lose or did they draw? So because it can be only one of all of them, couldn't it? So Barolo says, night everybody, looking forward to next session. Thank you very much for that, Barolo. I appreciate you coming along as well. So yeah, if you're leaving me tonight, give me a nice good thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. Subscribe to the channel also if you're not subscribed. If you want a ROUTEMASTER bus in 1/12 scale, which is an absolute pristine beautiful model, please contact these guys down here at agoramodels.com, and you will definitely not be put off by anything off that. It was brilliant. So David Bassett says it was a 5-5 draw. Oh, well, not too bad then. So quite a good game, really, if it was 5-5. Yeah, jolly good. Right. Okay, I'm going to leave you in the normal way, if I can find my banner to change first off. And I'm going to put, thank you very much for your support. And please like, share, subscribe, if you don't mind, please. And please also have a look at my description below, because in my description below is everybody else in our community builds. We've got all their channels down there. So we've got obviously Marks Modz, Horlix, Geordie Dave, Danno's Universe, Crafty Chris, Yorkshire Crafter, and anybody else I've left out, which sorry that I have. Jay's channel. So everybody's in my description below. If you want to know how to get to the description below, if you look in the right hand bottom corner of the screen, if you've got an iPad, you have got a downwards facing arrow. Press on the downward facing arrow, and that should bring you to, I'm going to spin the camera around now, it'll bring you to a screen like that. Okay, and it'll bring you to a screen where it says about what this stream is all about, and whose channel is whose, and everything else in there. It doesn't actually tell you about my Amazon wish list, because I haven't got that there yet. And it doesn't tell you about anybody else's wish list, but it tells you about their channels. So yeah, you can obviously find it on there. How you like and subscribe. You do like with the thumbs up or down, of course. And if you don't like it, then press the down. I don't care, whichever. I prefer it if you press the thumbs up. But anyone's a view, it doesn't matter to me. So, and if you have any comments, you can make a comment after the stream, and you can always get in touch with me via the different Facebook groups that we have going on as well. So, and we have several Facebook groups that do include the ROUTEMASTER, the Spitfire, the miniature buses, the Eddie Stobbard builds, and several other things as well. So yeah, you can join us on there, and the Hashtag Titanic group. The Hashtag Titanic group is grown absolutely enormous. It is absolutely fabulous. So, and we are very, very close now to a big milestone in membership. So if you haven't joined already, the Hashtag Titanic group, please join. And yeah, you could be one of the big new members in there. So, and yeah, I'll have to have a word with them guys over there and see if they're going to donate something to the one that takes the 1000th member, shall we say. If not, we'll have to make sure that they're given some sort of status, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. So, right, thank you ever so much for your support. And I'm going to leave you now, and I'm going to just stick that on there and put my brand on, and then I'm going to go and say thank you, good night, take care, and God bless, and we'll see you on another stream very, very shortly. Okay, so good night from me, take care now.